order to access the halogen bulbs in your front overhead console, you will need to remove the assembly from the headliner. Open the sunglass holder and remove the two plastic covers. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the bolts holding the overhead console in place. Using the crowbar-shaped trim tool, wedge them from the corners to create separation between the assembly and the headliner. Work your way down until the assembly pops off at each corner. There are 3 bulbs that can be converted to LED in the center dome light. Each light is attached to a T10 socket that can be turned to unlock and remove from the panel. Remove the old halogen bulb and replace with the new PrecisionLED dome lights. Once all 3 have been replaced, test the lights to make sure they work. If they do not, reverse the polarity of the LED in the socket and try again. To reinstall the overhead console, perform the steps in reverse. To replace the vanity mirror light, use the flat end of the serrated knife tool to pry loose the housing. Insert between the housing and headliner and pull down to release. On the passenger side, insert from the side away from the door. Remove the connector from the plastic cover to access the halogen bulb for removal. Insert the new LED and test for light output by fully opening the mirror. Reconnect the housing to the bulb connector and insert back into the headliner. The driver's side is the same process. To remove the lens cover over the rear dome light, use both the pointed wedge as well as the serrated knife tool. Use the pointed wedge to first separate the lens from the housing, and use the serrated knife tool to pull it down and out. As you can see here, we've already installed an LED into one of the sockets. Let's go ahead and remove the other halogen bulb and replace it. Make sure you test the LED before reinstalling the cover, and reverse polarity if they do not turn on the first time. Here, we will be replacing the front courtesy door light with a clear lens cover and PrecisionLED. Use the serrated knife tool and insert the tip to pull away the lens from the door. Release the connector to turn off the bulb and allow it to cool before handling. To access the halogen bulb, you will need to remove the clear plastic housing over the lens cover. Once removed, use the pointed wedge to work the halogen bulb loose. As you can see here, we've installed a new LED into the clear lens cover and we'll be installing it back into the door assembly. The clear lens cover comes from the Lexus ES series and can be purchased separately at any Lexus dealership or aftermarket supplier. Turn the trunk light off and use the serrated knife tool to separate the housing from the roof liner. Disconnect the trunk light assembly from the connector for easier access to the unit. Remove the gray plastic cover using the serrated knife tool and gently pry loose. Now that you have access to the halogen bulb, remove and replace with the PrecisionLED. Reconnect the assembly to the wiring harness to first test the bulb and reverse polarity if necessary. Once you have tested the bulb, reinstall the gray plastic cover and reinsert the assembly back into the roof liner. Pull back the mirror housing and force the mirror all the way up to allow access from the bottom. Use your hands and slowly apply pressure at each corner at an angle to release the two clips holding the mirror in place. Apply slow even pressure to avoid cracking the mirror glass. Once released at the bottom, pull down to remove the mirror from the housing. Remove the 4 screws holding the two parts of the mirror assembly together using a Phillips head screwdriver. Use the flat end of the serrated knife tool to separate the two pieces of the mirror housing. Work your way around until the housing comes loose. Locate the Puddle mirror light assembly and twist the top counterclockwise to release the bulb socket. Remove the old halogen bulb and replace with a new LED. Test the lights by turning on accessory vehicle power before reassembling the mirror.